And back to our local politics, and political alliances have become a major facet of Kenyan politics in recent years. With the 2022 election imminent, questions are now being raised over former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's endorsements by key allies of President Uhuru Kenyatta for the country's top job. This against the backdrop of backroom wrangles that have emerged within the Building Bridges Initiative camp. Tonight, KTN senior political reporter Murimi Mwangi takes a look at what is now being touted as a One Kenya alliance and seeks to explain why Odinga's allies are reluctant to join that bandwagon.
For a country that is constantly in high-octane political mode, characterized by routine alignments and realignments, it might have come as a little surprise on the third anniversary of the divisive 2017 polls, when Jubilee Vice Chair David Murathe declared former Prime Minister ODM leader Raila Odinga as the man to beat for the presidency 2 years to the polls.
We think it is time Kenyans rewarded the long years of the struggle of Raila Amolo Odinga. They owe it to him. It's like Mandela. It's a Mandela moment.
Now, with just over a year to the polls, the said Odinga's so-called Mandela moment appears in jeopardy as the former Prime Minister fights to find a balance between anxieties recently raised by his allies over an alleged state-engineered plot to frustrate his 2022 presidential chances, and alleged efforts by the same state to reconcile him and his 2017 coalition partners turned bitter foes ahead of the Building Bridges Initiative referendum drive. Reconciliatory efforts that insiders say are meant to culminate in the establishment of a formidable coalition of national unity, comprising all party leaders behind the BBI, ahead of the 2022 polls, with Odinga as a likely candidate for a single transitional term as president.
The Constitution says you serve 2 terms and you get out. If you serve 1 term, it's because people have rejected you, not because there are some understandings from behind the scenes. Behind the scenes understandings are not constitutional.
However, ODM is now demanding a clear distinction between the cooperations meant for the referendum and alliances for the 2022 general election.
The president and our party leader themselves have been very clear on record that in fact there is no discussion going on about 2022 as we currently speak. Those people who are probably using the current formations as a measure or a precursor to the 2022 elections are doing so without the input of these 2 partners.
So I think what is going to happen is just a reorganization of the roles. And perhaps now what is going to happen is that maybe Kalonzo will be the presidential candidate, Musalia could be the running mate, Raila could manage the campaigns for them.
As you know, as a party, we have made it clear that ODM will present a candidate for the presidential election in 2022. We, in fact, have already commenced a process of identifying our flag bearer for purposes of that election.
Mudavadi has already announced plans to run a parallel BBI campaign command center, seemingly keen not to have his individual 2022 presidential bid swallowed in a likely pre-2022 BBI formation. Kenyatta's Jubilee Party continues to keep the rest guessing on who it will front for the top, and efforts to kick out Deputy President William Ruto from the party are hitting a fever pitch.
Wide acknowledgement in the country that in fact...
Developments, no doubt, closely watched across the political divide as the 2022 countdown continues. Murimi Mwangi, KTN News in Nairobi.
Now,